Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, we have a lot to read on Trump's taxes first. And then I think Amy Coney Barrett, Brad Parscale had a suicide attempt. He was former campaign advisor for Trump, although still part of the campaign. Well, that should keep us going for a little while, right? Okay. So first of all, Trump's taxes. Oh my gosh. Well, the New York Times got a hold of him through 2018. I think over a decade of them. And this man is broke. He is broke. He does not make money. He's lost. He's paid almost no federal income taxes for most of the last 10 years. And he also has been showing losses, crazy losses. There's some concern that he really wrote off a lot for personal expenses that normally people probably wouldn't be so brazen to write off for taxes. You know, maybe he has flimsy rationalizations for this. So could he be in trouble for tax fraud? That's maybe why he's been under audit so long and continues to be. So there's that. But also the fact that he's absolutely broken, a terrible business person. You know, he keeps losing. So let's look. Oh, I do recommend Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks did a video on this last night, maybe, where he spoke about this at length with some, you know, he's got a lot of good information. He's a very well-informed political commenter. So I do recommend you take in that one. Let's see. His theory is that Trump is more concerned about the money than even getting in trouble legally for criminal charges if he loses office. And I've wondered about that too, because clearly I've heard again and again when I've done these readings is that the financial troubles that he's trying to avoid will be much worse for him, like losing Mar-a-Lago, like losing this and losing that, that his family will pay more financially, which is what means a lot to them, which I've always been a little, you know, from my vantage point, like, this is the tremendous tragedy that they may have to live upper middle class, you know, come on. But, well, anyway, that really may be where it's at for them. Let's see about fallout from the taxes. For one thing, what kind of trouble comes out of this? Election, tax fraud, financial, what? All right, present day. Oh, Queen of Cups. It will not be long and people will be connecting some of the information in that to Russia. Oh my gosh. So that isn't going to be good for him, because they will be saying, there's Mother Russia. So also hidden in these tax documents may be clues regarding why he's been so chummy with Putin and with Erdogan, right? And with the leader of the Philippines. And I'm going to say it wrong. Duterte? I said it wrong. Anyway, the leader of the Philippines. Maybe even Bolsonaro. Okay, let's keep looking. And then we have the Seven of Wands. But he does stand his ground right now, so he's just going to deny, saying, no, this is nothing. And he already did say, you know, the IRS is so hard on him, and this is just nothing. And he paid lots of taxes on a state level. But the Justice card. Oh, so even right now, they're looking at criminal investigation of him for his taxes. That's the other thing. I'd always seen that. I always seen that if he does get criminal investigations, criminal charges after he's out of office, it would be tax fraud kinds of things, tax evasion. I've said that for years. So, wow. Okay. 9 of Swords in the immediate future then. Of course, he's going to be up night worrying. So he's just not a guy who thinks that far ahead. I kind of was checking in with Spirit today, and I was seeing him, you know, he's going to think he's going to ride this out and just make decisions on the fly by the seat of his pants, and he's going to come out rosy. He was really impressed with himself in the early 90s when he was able to survive all these bankruptcies and still have something. He was really impressed with himself. And he feels like if he was able to do that, then he's certainly able to do this. This is what he's just going to tell himself, and he's just going to keep going. But what it looks like to me in the near future is it starts to become apparent to him that it's not that easy. Okay, and then we have the 8 of Coins, the Apprentice card. I'm going to clarify that one, because that just seems, it right away strikes me as there's something about the show, The Apprentice. 2 of Wands. His show business, his looking at overseas trade, and maybe we are talking about the Miss Universe pageant and the Miss USA pageant, all those pageants. Remember, he wanted to have that in Moscow. There are going to be things that involving that are really worrisome for him. And then we have the Judgment card, and a decision is made, but that's in the immediate future. And so that's about the election. That's about this is usually the next column is the next few months, right? Although timing in tarot, we have to be careful about that. But yeah, so around the election time, he makes a decision. Well, we better clarify that one. The Hierophant, the government. I think it's a reckoning. I think these 2 cards together spell a reckoning for him. So there's a problem, and he doesn't know what to do about it. Okay, in the next column, we have the 5 of Coins, shadowed in the cold financially too. We have the 6 of Swords, though. Yeah, learning hard lessons. But then we have the King of Coins. Let's clarify that King of Coins. Yep. Ace of Wands. Yeah, the feeling about the King of Coins I got as soon as I pulled it was that he gets help from the very wealthy, from big businesses, from people who would like to see him be president or be protected for their own reasons. So, but then it begins, the difficult lessons. So, yeah, he's got some tough things coming up, it looks like to me. Yeah. I am going to do another reading on the election, just because even though I don't get real specifics, and it's maddening, we'd love to know exactly how it does play out. I don't get real specifics. It still would be good to really look at it and see what it's looking like. What's he going to pull? How successful will that be, or unsuccessful? So I'll do another reading on that. All right, but right now, too, it looks like he's getting plenty of trouble from his taxes. And it's going to be more trouble than he thinks it is right now today. Eventually, does he get legal charges from it? Oh, Tower, but then there's the Strength card, and there's the 7 of Coins. He doesn't have enough money. So he does get some consequences, I think, like where they're saying you have underpaid your taxes. But the Strength card, I think that could be, it does him good, the fact that he was president. It does, I think, make people hesitant to prosecute him after he's out of office, because they don't want to set up that precedent. Because of people like Donald Trump, who wish to prosecute people after they're out of office. So I wonder, I've always wondered how much criminal prosecution there's going to be. And I haven't seen him doing a lot of jail time, you guys. I just haven't. Not to say, but that doesn't mean there's always been this little, well, there could be a criminal charge that lands, but, he's not necessarily doing big jail time. He's pleading to something. So I wonder if it's pleading to something and he has to pay it off. It's stressful. I see tons of civil litigation on him. Oh boy. And I've always seen him losing a lot of money. afterwards. But yeah, anyway, let's look at Amy Coney Barrett. And she is his pick for Supreme Court. I knew it right away when I saw it. They were having the picture of her and the woman who's get Cuban heritage. I don't know which state she's from, but she was considered another female conservative judge that he was considering, and I right away knew, no, he's going to choose Amy Coney Barrett because he likes the way she looks. And there's all kinds of racism involved in that with Trump and the way he thinks about how people look. Oh my God, he was in Minnesota and telling the Minnesotans that they have good genes. What? We're all a melting pot here, aren't we? What state has better genes than any other state? But what's Minnesota known for? A lot of people with German heritage and Scandinavian heritage. So, good genes, I guess. That was just gross. But anyway, his poll numbers went down in Minnesota after he came to Minnesota. So I think that's a good sign. Let's see. Amy Coney Barrett. That was an aside. Now, what should we expect of this woman? If news is to be believed, not good things. If you're on the left. Okay. Let's do a character profile. Where she's at right now. Yep. Dang. 10 of coins. Somebody said that she's always seemed to side in favor of big business corporations, international corporations. Yes. Outward characteristic, 10 of swords. Interesting. Martyr. Inward characteristic, 4 of coins. She keeps her money close. She keeps her security close. Goal, 7 of cups. That's not good. Peddling illusion. Motivation is the page of swords. And that could be a child. She apparently has children who are still school-aged children. She could believe that she is doing it for her kids. Let's see, we have the 2 of, yeah, I think she probably thinks it's just the right way to be. 2 of coins for the what's at stake. Oh, that's in her personal life, I think. Keeping things balanced, family and home, family and work. I think I right away thought of the Conways, you guys, when I saw this woman. Because I think this is a bad move, actually, for her family. I think it's a bad move. Okay. Flaw or need. She just is a foot soldier. She's a foot soldier. She has her marching orders. She does it. She should be getting the queen, right? If she's going to be a Supreme Court justice, she should be getting the king or the queen, but no. She gets the knight. And then we have the 5 of swords for the source of that. Yeah, there's corporate America, right? A lot of times that's been corporate America. This isn't great. No, what she is, what we'll expect her to be, I guess. But, I do keep coming back to, Spirit keeps saying, you all underestimate the power of shared ideas and the power of the people. The power of leaps in consciousness, leaps in beliefs, changes in the way people think about things. That happens first, then the laws change, then government catches up. So, that being said, the effect that her weakness has upon her desire to, yes, peddle some illusion is the 3 of coins. She is working very closely with Mitch McConnell and the likes, those who have donated so much to the Republican Party. She's working closely with their attorneys and advisors, and she is what we think she is what I'm getting here. Okay. What about future? Shoot. Success in the world and completion. She probably gets confirmed. Past is, her past, the 3 of Wands. She felt like this is waiting for her ship to come. She feels like she's all pleased. She thinks this is waiting for her ship to come in, but it's not her ship. Whose ship is it? It's their ship. Okay, so this is not what she thinks it's going to be. She thinks it's the best way to ensure her security, her family's security. But it's, oh, so in an odd sort of way, okay, so this is how she reconciles it. I was wondering how she reconciled the notions, her religious beliefs, that she would be sort of still under the head of her household, her husband, in decision making, and the fact that she is a very accomplished judge and she's going to be a Supreme Court justice, for goodness sakes. How does she reconcile that? I think I get it. She is, in fact, sort of subordinate, and she feels that's okay. And so she feels this is the best thing to do for her children and her family, and that's her proper role, to listen to those who, and male others, who are telling her this is the best way to take care of your family. Oh, it is all messed up. Oh, shoot. Well, this one popped out, though. Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised. I was kind of hoping she'd show us a side of herself after she got in that would be like, oh, hey, this isn't so bad, but I'm not really seeing that. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune here popping out again to remind us that this is sort of that critical mass. It's part of the critical mass that reaches a point at which people are absolutely fed up and something does need to change. It gives some oomph and some energy to the movement for change instead of status quo. And apparently change requires some oomph, because we human beings tend to go back for stability and the status quo and all those things. All right, so there we go. Brad Parscale, former campaign advisor. Although he's still part of the campaign, in trouble for tax fraud, they think. I think there's actually been something filed against him, and he had a suicide attempt. And why is that? He's hospitalized. He apparently had some means of harming himself, but thankfully he was prevented. So that's good. But I have to tell you guys, right away when I heard this story, I thought, oh my gosh, he thought he was another one of Trump's men going to jail. Left holding the bag and going to jail. That's why he did it. Let's see, what do we have? What's going on with him? Well, we have the Moon. He has lots of secrets that he thinks are going to now come out. We have the Two of Swords. He was ambivalent about this, though, and that is why his cry for help was answered. He did not go through with it. Okay, 5, and he's still ambivalent. He still thinks about it, though, so they should keep him safe. 5 of Wands for the present. Conflict, internal conflict. Hello guys, sorry I was cut off with my last part of this video, so I'm going to put a part 2, I guess. Can't seem to figure out how to clip them together unless I can figure that out. But I think the current editing tools don't allow me to do it, so we shall see. I was talking about Brad Parscale, so, and his current column, right, his current day column, which is secrets, indecision, ambivalence about harming himself, and the 5 of Wands, debate, internal conflict, a lot of conflict about this. The Trump campaign is talking to him, trying to get him to not, trying to get him through this so that he doesn't talk about them, trying to get this under control. 3 of Cups in the immediate future, the coming months. There's I don't know that that's celebration. I think that's, debauchery, I think. Okay, so the 3 of Cups, does he drink? Enjoying luxuries. He's going to try to, they're going to try to reassure him that he's okay. They are going to try to wine and dine him. They just don't want him to talk. They just don't want him to say anything negative about the Trump campaign, and they want him to seem okay. Okay. And then but then we have the Hermit too, so they want him to be quiet on the down low, and he will be kind of isolated. I feel like makes him nervous though, because they want to keep in communication with him, make sure he's okay, and he's only going to say positive things about Trump and so on. The King of Cups. He kind of rides it out. I don't think he's in danger of harming himself anymore in the coming few months, okay? After that, we have the Nine of Wands. He is pretty guarded and worried and embattled. We have the Seven of Swords. He's going to be scheming, trying to get away with something regarding maybe taxes or not testifying that this or that or the other maybe. And we have the Seven of Coins. Yeah, his sense of insecurity continues. I don't think his life is in danger, but he has much to hide. They're more worried about what he has to hide that he knows about the Trump campaign. He knows too much. He just knows too much. And they're worried about him being called as a witness. And they don't want any more attention on him or the campaign until after the election, at least, if ever. So, yeah. And it won't matter. What I hear right now is it won't matter. Whether it's him who gives up the information or other people, the information will be coming out. All right. Okay. So, there we have it. It's not good news for the Trump campaign. Things are, I kept seeing that they're not going to find their footing. They're not going to ever stabilize. They're not going to get a win in increasing their poll numbers all the way through the election. So that's what we see playing out, don't we? All right. Well, that's good news for Joe Biden. Okay. Well, I thank you all so very, very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.